Hey there, Jolene here. Now, do you ever have a hard time making a decision? I know that I certainly do. I am a Libra, and by my star sign, I can tend to have a really hard time making decisions. That is, until I learned this really easy way to instantly and confidently make a decision in 5 seconds or less and feel good about that decision, knowing that you're moving in the right direction. So, let me tell you how I do it. Step one is you need to decide what your goals are in life. Maybe you probably want to have maximum of three, maybe like one, two, or three goals. Any more than that, it gets a little bit overwhelming. So write down your goals, whatever those might be. It could be a lot of people want to lose weight. It could be losing those 10 pounds. It could be getting a promotion at work. It could be going on a trip. It could be saving up for something. Whatever your goals are, write them down so that you're clear, because if you don't know where you want to go, you're going to have a pretty hard time getting there, right? So once you're familiar with what your goals are, what we want to do is every single decision that you make that you have kind of a hard time deciding what to do, you're saying, well, maybe this or maybe that, or I don't know. All that you have to do is think to yourself, is this decision moving me closer to my goals or moving me further away from my goals? There's only two options. Is it moving me closer or is it moving me further away? And that makes the decision really easy, because if you want to work towards your goals, you're going to be wanting to move towards them, right? And I like to use the 80-20 rule. 80% of the time, I want to be moving towards what's important to me. And 20% of the time, it's okay to let loose a little bit. Maybe you skip the gym, maybe you just do something a little bit different. You're not on track for your goals. 80-20, that's the majority of the time you're working towards your goals. So guess what? You're eventually going to get there. So let's look at some examples, because it makes a little more sense when you look at examples. And I'm an example sort of girl. So going on the whole weight loss trend, which a lot of people do want to lose that weight, let's take a look at that. Say you want to drop 30 pounds. Well, what we want to do there is, if you are planning to go to the gym and then you're not really sure, you're not really feeling like you want to, ask yourself, is going to the gym going to move me closer to this goal, or is it going to move me further away from the goal? Pretty easy decision, right? And what about if you're at the restaurant trying to decide what to order? Is this meal going to move me closer to my goal, or is it a fried meal and it's going to move me further away from my goal? It makes the decisions really clear. But keep in mind the 80-20 rule. For myself, when I'm at home, I eat really healthy, really clean. I don't really keep any bad junk food in my house. So when I eat out at a restaurant, I tend to eat whatever I want, because I don't eat out that often, right? The 80-20. So I'll order whatever and I'll realize, okay, this is not in line with my goals of being healthy, but I'm recognizing this for me is a bit of a treat, and I'm okay with it. Let's look at another example. What about if you have business goals? You really want this promotion. You really want to start making more money. How is this decision going to impact that? So maybe there's a phone call that you do not want to make. That's usually the call that we need to make to get the best results. But think it through. This phone call you don't want to make. Is this going to move you closer to your goal of advancing your career? Or is it going to move you further away? Right? It makes things really simple. What about if family is important to you? Maybe having a strong family is really important to you. Think about maybe your friends are asking you to go out for happy hour. I use happy hour as an example a lot because it's really common, and I say no to it all the time. So maybe your friends are asking you to go for happy hour, and your spouse is at home with the kids wanting to cook dinner together. It's pretty easy when you say, okay, if family is one of my top 3 goals, is going to happy hour going to move me closer to this goal or move me further away? Right? It makes perfect sense. So once you get this clear in your mind, you can make an informed decision. And remember, I go back to the 80-20. We're not saying that you're never going to fall off track and you're never going to be less than perfect, because we're human. And I'm all about what? Fitness, food, and having fun. So we need to have that balance. And usually the balance that works is 80% of the time you're moving towards your goals, you're being really healthy. The The 20% of the time, you can slack off a little bit, you can relax, you can do things that aren't necessarily in line with your goals, but that they make you happy. So let's recap what we're going to do here. Number 1, write down your top 3 goals. It could be 1 goal, it could be 2 goals, it could be 3 goals. Any more than that is usually a little confusing to work on, so I recommend choosing between 1 and 3 goals. Number 2, come up with a plan. Maybe carry your goals on your phone or write them down on a piece of paper and have them with you so that if you're making a decision, you're going to say, wait a minute, I need to refer back to my goals. And then that's the third and final step is this decision taking me closer to my goals or further away from my goals? And it's really that easy. I would love to hear your comments. Tell me about decisions that you're making. Leave comments. I love communicating with everybody. And as usual, I hope that I inspire you to try something new and fun and interesting today. I hope you have a wonderful day.